There was one thing that changed my enjoyment of a hobby that I genuinely didn't think I could get more enjoyment out of. Now that one thing actually surprised me, to be honest, but it was whenever my friend started talking to me a little bit more about the lore and the backstory of some of the characters that he was playing as. So what I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to try to condense the storytelling, the setting of the Warhammer 40k universe. If you're ready, strap in. If you haven't given this video a like already, I would massively appreciate that. If we can get it to 100 likes, that would be the bee's tits.
Bees?
I'm just running with it. It's a thing now, apparently. And if you haven't subscribed already, please hit that subscribe button. Let's get into the video. Let's make one thing very clear. The Warhammer 40k universe is not one anybody in their right mind would want to live in. It is so dark. It is unbelievably dark. There are also countless star systems, all inhabited by different species. They all have their own dramas, their own struggles, their own desires. You've also got the massive space battles that are going on constantly in this just lovely place to be. Let's talk about the Imperium of Man. Now that is us. We have actually survived, but we haven't changed a great deal. We still hate everything and everyone who looks different to us. So that means that we have gotten into a war with nearly every single race in the galaxy in a desperate attempt to basically be the dominant species. That's kind of what we do. A lot of people think the humans are the good guys, air quote, but not so much. Whenever you look at it, every species in this galaxy is just shades of grey rather than very black and white, which I really appreciate. Humans also worship the God King, the Big E, Big Emperor, who's a little worse for wear at the moment. But yeah, humans, it's 41st millennium, we haven't changed a great deal. Chaos and the Warp. Now, let's talk about the Chaos Gods. Now, these guys live in what is called the Warp. That is an alternate dimension in the 41st millennium that is now ripped across the galaxy. So these Chaos Gods and their endless demonic legions are spilling into the galaxy to feed on these negative emotions. That is how these guys gain strength. From fear, from death, from decay, from vengeance. All these things feed these chaos demons so they get stronger and stronger. Let's not forget about our alien buddies. We have lots of them across the galaxy. We've got the Eldar, basically just elves. They are mysterious, they're really old, they love to mess with magic, and they're a little bit stuck up. Then you've got the orcs. All they like to do is fight and break stuff. That's all they exist to do, and they love it, and they're very, very good at it too. The more fights they win, the bigger an orc becomes, so there's some pretty massive orcs out there. You've got the Tyranids, who are an alien species, a lot like from the film Alien, actually. There's a few species across the galaxy, all with their own agendas and their own goals too. We've got some absolute space nerds up on Mars. These guys live on the actual planet of Mars as we know it today, and they're pretty much in charge of most of the technology that gets distributed to men, space marines, anyone who is on the side of the Emperor. But the weird thing about technology in the 40k universe is that it's kind of hit a point where if you try to improve anything, it's seen as sacrilegious to the machine god, which is who these guys worship. On top of that, they also believe that every single machine, every single piece of technology has what is called the machine's spirit, and this is who they worship and they make sure that they honor in every single battle they go into. Okay, so back in the day, and I mean millions of years ago, the Eldar were having their best time. They were having incredible parties and a little bit too much pleasure. And then, yeah, all that pleasure gave birth to a chaos god called Slaanesh, the god of excess. And that's when most of the Eldar, who were a massive populous species, got dwindled down to very, very few of them. And yeah, it wasn't pretty. This is one of the biggest topics. Whenever anyone talks about the Warhammer 40k universe, they will inevitably say the words Horus heresy. Now, back in the day when the Emperor was leading mankind, he was going on a bit of a crusade across the galaxy, trying to spread this human empire like a wildfire across as many galaxies as possible. But he was unfortunately betrayed by his own son, Horus. Now, Horus was his most trusted son, and him turning on him ended in a civil war that almost fractured the entire Imperium in half. If you made it all the way to the end of the video, thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it. I want to say a huge thank you to everybody who has supported this channel so far. I hope you're enjoying the videos as much as I am making them for you. All the comments, all the likes, all the subscriptions, all the shares mean the absolute world to me. So thank you so much. Hope you have a fantastic day. I'm out.